Respected Chief Guest Mr. Ajinkya Latkar Sir, HOD of ENTC Department, Mr. Atul Nigvekar Sir, and all respected faculty members. President of Innovation Club Ms. Aishwarya Patil and Vice President Mr. Saurabh Bezare, and all members of Innovation Club and my dear friends. Good evening to one and all. I am Miss Ankita Sunil Nille, member of Guest Relation of Innovation Club, taking the pleasure of welcoming you all for the most awaited guest lecture of Mr. Ajinkya Latkar Sir. So, I will request to Miss Sakshi Khade to give welcoming speech and brief introduction about Innovation Club. What was its vision and mission of the club? So, Sakshi.
Good evening, a very warm welcome to one and all present here. With welcoming you all, I also want to give the vision of our Innovation Club in very short way without wasting so much time. We all are know that electronics has a tremendous power of making things easier, but developing new ideas into real projects requires a fundamental understanding of something. For this obvious reason, Innovation Club started an interactive session on circuit design, automation, sensor interfaces, and whatnot. This course offers you a practical training from beginner to advanced level. And similarly, like that, today we have a most interactive session, and I ensure you in upcoming sessions, Innovation Club can put forth for such personality and a great experience with an other interesting session. So I'm glad to invite you all for the first session of Innovation Club on Introduction to Embedded System and Future Opportunity. I hope this session helps you and explore the world of embedded systems and has in-depth knowledge into system and software integration. So once again, welcome you all and feel free to enjoy the session. And I request you all, please join with us till the end. Have a great time, Arne. Thank you.
Thank you, Sakshi. I hope you all have get the idea about Innovation Club. So let's move towards our today's guest introduction. I would like to call Miss Siddhi Kumar to give introduction about today's guest.
Hello, good evening all of you. My name is Siddhi Sachin Kumar of SYB Tech ENTC from Innovation Club. I'm proudly delighted to take an opportunity to introduce our guest for the evening. He is none other than Mr. Ajinkya Latkar. He is the system integrator at Philips, which is topmost company for the country. He have done BTech in our KIT college and masters in a field of embedded system from VIT College Vellore. Now we have our guest, so we request the guest to address us. His experience is great for the students who want to be like him one day. Although you have motivated us from your educational background and your work in the field of electronics, we would be delighted with you. We will be delighted with your expertise and knowledge in every way possible. So without consuming any time, I would like to call upon Mr. Ajinkya Latkar to accompany us with his guidance. Thank you.
Thank you, Siddhi. Life is a journey that have a lot of different paths, but any path you choose, use it as your destiny. So, trusting on this quote, here we go for which we all are intended to present here. The most awaited guest lecture, which planned from few days, and today we are going for it. Now, I would like to give mic to Mr. Ajinkya Latkar Sir and request them to tell their journey. Thank you.
Hello everyone, good evening. I hope my voice is audible to all.
Good evening, sir.
Just for inviting me here and giving opportunity to share my experience, share my whatever knowledge I have acquired during my engineering days, during my MTech days, and yeah, during my last. Okay, I was like somehow mischievous student. Uh, not that much studious or disciplined when I was in KIT. Uh, so like during my 4 years, there was a lot of learnings through this journey. I had committed many mistakes during that period. Like if some examples I would like to give, then it will be not focusing on clearing my basics of electronics. So which one more point was I was prepared when there was one session for uh, doing masters abroad. Okay, so basically doing MS in US. So I got very fascinated by that idea, and I decided to go for that. But after B, due to some circumstances, it became here and there. So the the reason behind that was my unpreparedness or my lack of planning about my career, which I realized at the end of my KIT tenure. So that's what I learned during my KIT. Academics is fine. Academics, all the subjects in India or outside India. That is so that's what I learned, that it is very important to get your basic very clear. So if you are not on that track, the outside telecommunication. So and do that's what my life at KIT. I will not focus much about my life in KIT being started after my B. So there was a very big dilemma about career. So because I just as I said, I was not pre-planned my career choices in front of me, like doing MS and go abroad for that, or do MTech in a college of India, or go for MBA. So these were options in front of me. Only one thing I clear
Sorry for the interruption, sir.
about I drop now
Sorry for the
pursue my masters. So that was
sir.
clear in
Sir,
my mind. What to
sorry
in
for
my
the
mind. So then hello.
sir. Your voice is breaking, right?
Okay.
Please ensure that you're in proper connectivity.
I am in office, so it has proper connectivity.
Okay, sir, no problem. Continue this.
Okay. So just let me know when it gets voice gets break. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Prepare for gate exams, and I started it. I joined classes and I started preparing right after my uh, last year's examinations. So as every one of you know that the gate exams gets held in February, month of February. So I started studying, and the big setback came to me in the month of December, that my way of study or way of preparation towards gate was not in the proper direction. And the December was very late for that realization. So that was a very big setback for me, because I chose this option, and now time be having hard when other need gets us in city who take the students in their college. So I found some 5 to 6 colleges, and one of that was VIT Vellore. Uh, the things which you learn, or things which you study, never gets waste. So the preparation which I was doing for gate, even though it was not in proper direction, at least I had the knowledge of subjects. So VIT Vellore exam was much easier for me. I cracked it much easily, and I got a good rank in that entrance exam. So while taking, I had like two options. Means I was in the favor of two fields. One was embedded systems, and second was VLSI. So but more focus was on embedded systems. So finally decided to go for embedded systems. So actually, when this session got arranged, I got to know that uh, you guys want me to speak about embedded systems, or like what is embedded systems, or what are the things in embedded system, what are the applications, what are the opportunities about the embedded systems in the career. So I guess if you are not in last year, then you wouldn't have the subject of embedded systems. Or I'm not sure that if you are having or having it or not, because at least I had that subject in my last year when I was in KIT. So basically, if I things simplify for you and tell you what is embedded systems, then basically embedded system is nothing but integration of hardware and software, which is done for some specific purpose, to serve some specific purpose basically. So like if you take some, like for example, any application, like just like television, okay. So the sole purpose of television is like to display the things. So so that is the embedded system. So embedded system is everywhere. So like from simplest things to very complex things, like in healthcare, in defense, you go everywhere, you will find examples of embedded systems. Very common example is in your hand, your mobile phone, it is embedded systems. So now you will ask me that, maybe you can ask me that how mobile can be embedded systems, because mobile system is not performing any specific applications. It has many applications, right? Like you go from automobile to like healthcare devices, to defense, then some software companies. Anywhere you go, there is a embedded systems, and that's why it has a big scope moving ahead. It has a very good career in that. So that's about something about embedded systems. Afterwards you can ask your questions, I will explain it more. So VIT was like whole different experience for me, because first thing was, till my B, I was in my hometown. Okay, I never left my home for anything. So was drastic. I left my whole home for some 900 kilometers, and it was a new territory for me, new people, new environment, new weather, basically, because Vellore is a very hot place. It will reach to 52 degrees Celsius in month of May. So that was very new for me. uh, and VIT is a university which has very it is a diverse college. You will find people from across all regions of India, even from abroad. So getting accustomed to those people and that culture was difficult for me in VIT. uh, Plus hostel life, that was new for me. So that was those were the things which I needed to adjust during my initial months in VIT. Then actually uh, what I realized after getting into VIT, that the syllabus or the designed subjects or syllabus designed in our Shivaji University was much more different than what I got in VIT. So VIT, I got to learn many advanced subjects, many advanced microcontrollers, some different protocols like CAN protocol and all the things which are basically used in the automobile industry at very large extent. So that was a very good thing for me, that very new things was there to learn. And but with that, the competition was very severe, very brutal competition, because because I will tell you what was the format for my of my MTech. In the 2 years of MTech, I had only 1 years of academics. Okay, and the second year was about internship. Okay, I will come to that part of, later, about my internship. So we had only one year, and in 1 year we need to secure a good CGPA, so that I can qualify for at least for interviews for internship. And along with that, I need to learn the new things. So that was the challenge. And yeah, obviously there was projects and all the things, so everything was there, just like we have in KIT. So but with the atmosphere, it was challenging to compete. So but fortunately, I got good or decent CGPA. So what the things which I learned in KIT was, when you are away from your home, your mental health matters a lot. Okay, and the second thing is the relationships which you build. Basically, you have to build the relationships when you are away from home, because you are alone in a very strange place, and you will need, definitely you will need some guidance, some help from your colleagues, your friends. So you have to be good at relationships management. So I was under impression that this is my hometown, so I am fully okay here, and it was like that. But when you are away, it doesn't work like that. Okay, so that was very big learning for me, which became helpful when I joined Philips also. Okay, so then at the end of the academic year, there was a month of May, and in VIT, month of May is all about internship interviews. And as I said, the weather was a very critical factor in VIT. At the temperature of 50 to 54, to interviews with in formal dresses, and crack the interviews. And as I said, was the interviews. So there was many heartbreaks that you didn't get that much company. So if I give my example, I before Philips I appeared for two major companies. One was Intel and one was Qualcomm. In both the interviews I got rejected. Okay, so it was very it becomes very heartbreaking moment when you get rejected, and upon that your family is not with you in that situation, so it becomes difficult at that time. But fortunately I got cracked the General Electrics interview. So I got internship in General Electrics. So just to give some background about General Electrics, because I don't know how many of you know about this company. So as you know that I am currently working in Philips in healthcare domain. Okay, so General Electrics is the biggest competition for Philips basically. Okay, General Electrics is a leading organization or leading brand in the healthcare industry. So I got opportunity to work in General Electrics as an intern for 1 year, and again new city. I went to Bangalore. I was in Bangalore during for my family functions and all, but I never there alone and for this internship. So it was again a whole lot of new experience. As you everyone know that Bangalore is called a Silicon Valley of India. Every office, every company which you see in US or UK, you will find the headquarter of that office in Bangalore. So it's hub for us. So like my currently my 90% of friends are in Bangalore. Okay, so Bangalore is a hub for electronics. So just like I mentioned earlier that in my during my graduation days my biggest mistake was not clearing my basics, and the same mistake I rectified during my VIT stay in whatever extent it was possible in 1 year. And when I entered General Electrics, there is a one phrase which is knowledge is power. Okay, that I realized that what is that meaning of that phrase. Okay, I had my basics clear to some extent. So my stay in General Electrics, or my initial months in General Electrics, was much smoother. So what I felt that if I didn't rectify that those mistakes which I committed in KIT, I would have lost in General Electrics. Okay, so that was the thing which I got there. And uh, but even though your basics are clear, then you should be absolutely aware that what you learn in your colleges or graduation or masters, industry wants more. Okay, industry's expectations are more. During your interviews they will ask for the basics. Okay, that is sufficient to take you in. But once you enter into any organization, you will find that the things gets used, the softwares, the hardware, the technologies gets used in any organization is much more different. Okay, than you learned. But if your basics are clear, then at least you are not lagging on that part. So you can focus more on the other things which are required to work in any organization. Okay, so this is about technical part, that you should know technical things and all the things. Okay, but apart from that, uh, the same share goes to your ethics, values, and professionalism. Okay, you should not be unethical and unprofessional in any organization. You will not get succeed in your career. Okay, the professional ethics and values, you should adhere for that, and you should work on that. Okay, because if you work unethically and unprofessionally, no one will give value to you. Okay. And that is not a good thing while working in any corporate industry. Okay. So that was my first glimpse of corporate world while working in General Electrics, and it was very knowledge enriching period for me, and it helped me a lot in my future. Okay. So I remember when I was in last months of G, last 3 4 months of G, it was like almost decided or almost discussed that my stay in G was going to be extended. Okay, for some months, and after that they was planning to make me a full time employee of General Electrics. Okay. But but this was the year of 2020, and as you everyone knows that 2020 was COVID year. COVID got struck in entire world, and forget about interns, the full time employees got fired from General Electrics. Okay. So my internship got terminated, not earlier than expected, but at the date which they committed at the start of my internship. So in the month of, at the end of the May 2020, my internship got over. Okay. And now I had nothing in my hand. Okay. Because my biggest expectation from VIT, apart from getting knowledge and all, was getting a good organization. Okay, because a good start to your career will bring more opportunities and more success in more easier way. That's what I feel. Okay. So that was a tough period for me, almost of 7 to 8 months. And from third person point of view, you will not feel how unemployment feels. Okay. But when you go into that phase of unemployment, you will realize that it's terrible. Okay. However, you are mentally strong, but some negativity, some depression will hit you at some point. Okay. So that was the point when I realized what is the importance of campus placement. Campus placement are a very important thing, whether you are in bachelor's or whether you are in master's. Okay. Because your college is bringing some companies to you at your doorstep. You just need to prepare for it well and crack the interviews, because searching job offline is very difficult thing. You will need a hell lot of patience for that. You need to be very strong mentally for that. And so it's very important that campus placements should be there in any college. Okay. So I remember from June 2020 to onwards, I almost gave what 670, 80, maybe 100 interviews. Okay, so it was like interviews, and interviews. Every day, wake up, go to LinkedIn, check for the jobs, approach people in your contacts, check for the referrals, send resumes to n number of peoples, upload your resumes to the n number of websites. So that was my routine after my mtech, after my internship. So it took every blood and sweat from me, that you while searching for the job. So I got the job. So Philips is not my first job. First thing I want to clear it. So in the month of November, I got one job in Pune only. It was a small company, uh, but I felt that I feel that that was an desperate attempt to get the job, because when I went into that organization, I came to know that the profile which they gave me was not about electronics. It was about mechanical background. Okay, so within a 1 month's time, I left that job. So that also was a very crucial moment for me, because at that time there was no openings outside. The world was getting up from COVID slowly. So there was a very bad situation in the market. So uh, when I look back, I feel that it was very brave and courageous decision which I took for to leave that job, because I had one option, that continue your job and parallelly search for the better opportunities. But I didn't did that. I just left that job, but I got the reward after leaving that job. And within a, I guess, 2.5 months of time, I got opportunity of Philips, and I cracked the interview. And in month of March 2021, I joined Philips. Okay, so uh, what I do in Philips, I will touch upon that initially. So just like I told earlier, that I am a system integrator in Philips. So I basically work on the X-ray systems, and I am a system integrator for X-ray systems in Philips. So my job is to develop a final software on which an X-ray machine runs, or the brain of that X-ray machine. So my job is to integrate all the software parts from various components of X-ray machine, and integrate it and create or develop a final software and deliver it to the market. Okay, after, obviously, after testing the software with system. Okay, so that's the my job in Philips in simple words. So when you enter uh, any corporate organization, irrespective of the organization, there you will find the three things in any organization that you should follow. Okay, at least, not at least, you should follow every time. Okay, the first thing is you should be eager to learn. Okay, your learning capability or learning attitude should not get stopped at any point. Okay, second thing is you are not the only one person who is driving the project. Okay, or the project is not on only your shoulders. Okay, so a team is working on that project. So if you want to deliver that project, you should be a team person. Okay, that is the second thing. Third thing is you should be ready to take ownerships. Okay, whatever things comes to you, you should be proactive to take the ownership, because without taking ownership, you will not your progress will not happen. Okay, or your, in simple words, your promotion will not happen. Okay, so taking ownership is a very important thing. And third and fourth thing is you should be a leader. Okay, it's not necessary that you should be a manager to become a leader. You should be a leader in your own way. Okay, so those are the things you should acquire in yourself in any corporate or organization, and you will get rewards for that. You will get accomplishments, you will get rewards. Everything will happen if you have these qualities in you. Okay, and now I have completed 2 years in Philips. So my next chapters is awaiting for me, whatever it is. Maybe it's in Philips or outside, wherever it is. So I'm looking forward my future endeavors. So, like, from KIT to Philips. So if you ask me what are your takeaways during this journey, so I will quote some 5 to 6 things which I learned and I kept in my mind every time. One is, you should be knowing what is your passion. Okay, and at your stage, as you are in second year, third year stage, you have that opportunity, you have that time to identify your passion. Okay. And so please ask yourself that what is your passion. Give time for yourself and identify that. Okay. It's very important. Second thing is, just as I said in my in previously, that your learning attitude should not get stopped. You should learn and learn and learn. Okay. Every day should be your should be a new learning for you. Okay. And third point is, while working in any organization, you should be aware that every day is a new day. Okay. Every day will bring more opportunities, just you need to grab it, you need to identify it and grab it. Okay. So this is very important thing, that every day is a new day. That's the thing you need to keep into your mind. Okay. And don't be ashamed of failing. Everyone everyone fails. Just thing is, how you learn it from how you learn from it, and how quickly or and how strongly you stand again. Okay. So don't get afraid of failures. Okay. And I will not say that you will not face any failures. Definitely each every one of you will uh, face the failures. Okay. And wherever you work, or wherever you go for your masters, or anything you do in your life, never forget your roots. Okay. From where you have came from. Okay. What is your journey? Never forget that. Okay. And last thing which I feel is very important when you work in any organization. Okay. So that is, your office is not your life. Okay. So please remember that you have the world outside your office, and office is just a part of your life. Okay. So don't get confused in your work and your life. Okay. You should work uh, very whatever is required. You need to work, but you should be aware that there is a life outside that includes your friends, family, your hobbies, your extracurricular activities, your vacation, and everything. Okay. So please keep that in your mind. Okay. And ask questions if you have any. I would be glad to clarify that.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Now it's time to start the question answer session, the interaction with our guest. You guys can ask question turning on your audio if you wish to, or you can ask your questions, suggestions from the chat box, and feel free to ask questions. Thank you.
So I can see two questions. One is from Isha. What she is asking is, she wants more clarity on what is ownership. So ownership in the sense, when any task comes to you. Okay. Forget about corporate world. Okay. If you are taking a project, okay, in your academics, now you have chose the project, and now you should not be like, I am now turning back. Okay. I don't know, or I am not able to do that. If you are taken the ownership, you deliver it. Efforts are required for that. You should be you should be aware of that. And that ownership should not get disowned by you. Okay. So that becomes a habit if you start from your academics. Because in corporate, what happens once a task or once a project gets assigned to you, so you are the person who is responsible for delivering a specific part. Okay. So and the output which you are giving dependency on success of the project. Okay. So if you do not deliver it properly, the project may get fail. Okay. So you may face this, that while doing a group project, if one of the member do not perform or do not deliver his or her deliverable, then that gets on the project. Same thing happens in the corporate world. But in the academic project, there's a one major thing which does not gets involved, which is finance or money. Okay. When you work in the corporate world, it's all about money, because your company wants profit from your projects. And if you are not delivering it, then it's loss for your company. So that's what meaning of ownership. If you are doing something, uh, do it till end. And second meaning of the ownership, taking ownership means, uh, like there is some discussion is going on about some 3 4 tasks. Okay. So being proactive and saying that, hey, I will take that task on my bucket, and I will do that. Okay. So that is the second meaning of taking ownership. So people will start realizing that this guy or this girl is not hesitant to take ownership and deliver it. Okay. So your reputation will definitely becomes more strong with this quality. Okay. Second question, what I am seeing here is, can we get embedded systems career without doing MTech? It's obviously yes. There is nothing like you need to do MTech to get into embedded systems. Okay. It's just MTech is nothing but uh, what you can say, acquiring more skills before entering into academics, into organization. Okay. But path to the embedded system after B or after graduation will will be little bit slow, or little bit long to reach the field of embedded systems. Not in everyone's case, but in some cases. But if you are having a master's degree specifically in embedded systems, then it becomes more effective in regards to your organization, and also in regards to your salary which you get. Okay. So those are the two obvious things, but it is not like that uh, you need to do MTech for getting into embedded systems career. Okay. Then next question is from Aniket. What advice you would give to someone who wants to pursue a career in embedded systems? Do it. Nothing else. I just, as I said, there is a no end for embedded systems career. So if you are very much interested in microcontrollers, sensors, communication protocols, microprocessors, then memory management of microcontrollers, all these things, or computer architecture. If you are interested in these things, then you should go for it. That's what I can say. Nothing to advise there. You can just go for embedded systems. Nothing, no issues for that. Next question I am getting from Saurabh, that scope for risk. Uh, is it risk versus ISA, or what exactly it is? I am not sure about that. In embedded domain, it's very root level question. Nothing is like that. You will use risk architecture and all these things in your day-to-day life. It's a learning basically. When you enter into any organization and you are working in embedded domain, it's not like working on a particular technology for your entire span in that organization. You will need to perform various things. So it will be many things like microcontrollers, integration of microcontrollers with sensors and all the things. So it's not a like specific thing like working on a risk architecture in embedded domain. Okay. Next question. What is this? Okay. What improvement should we do pursuing students to do in order to overcome many unknown industrial problems? Okay. So try to get internships. That is the best thing you can do. Uh, try to get involved in the industry more and more, and that will happen only through internships. Nothing else can help you in that sense. So that's my advice, that go for internships. Whether it is short term internship or long term internship, whether it's in your hometown, whether it's in Pune, Bangalore, whatever it is, but go for internship. At least two internship I would recommend to do in actual organizations. Okay.
Hi, sir.
And
Sir,
yeah.
excuse me. Sorry for disturbing. Uh,
Yes.
hi, sir. Myself, Shreyas from electrical department. Sir,
Okay.
actually, I had one doubt. Basically, what happens in happens in college is there is only one man show while doing the projects. So,
Mm-hmm.
is it same in the industry or industry works differently than this?
No, there is a no concept of one man show in industry. If one man show is there, your projects will not get delivered to the market. Okay. And while doing projects in college also, please try that if you are a group of 4 people or 5 people, at the beginning of the project, try to divide the project and give a specific responsibilities to each individual, and that person should deliver that responsibility with commitment. Okay.
Yes.
That will help you to create big projects in college also. Okay. So maybe you will be doing some small projects like interfacing some 2 3 sensors or 2 sensors with Arduino board and displaying the output on LCD display, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So if you want to go for some complex projects, like I will give you my example. When I was in B, we were a group of 6 people for final year's project, and we created or developed a quadcopter. Okay. So, or a drone, you can say in a simple language. So the normal drone which you see, it's like you operate it from remote control, right? But what we did, that it was an autonomous drone. It will fly on its own. It will go to his destination on his own, and it will return back to its initial location. Okay. So what we did in that project, as it was a very complex and big project, we divided our responsibilities within ourselves, within our team, and everyone delivered it, uh, not I will say in time, but at least everyone tried to deliver it. Okay. So at least you should be you should put that uh, efforts to deliver the projects. Okay. So if you want to do such big projects, these things will help you. So leave the thought of your mind that one man show can deliver any project. It's absolutely not possible, provided you are not doing a small project, very small project. Okay. I hope
Okay,
I
sir.
cleared your doubt.
Yes, sir. I got cleared. Sir,
Yeah.
actually, also. What is the most commonly used language in industry? Like we have many languages like we have architecture and its different syntax. We also have STM. We also have about like Arduino language. So what is the most common or uh, most commonly used language in the industry or
Okay.
the language on you work?
Okay. So basically, microcontrollers programming language is, maybe you will be knowing, that is embedded C programming, right? So it's all about C programming. Okay. If you are good in C programming and C++ to some extent, it's fine for you. Okay, basically you need to learn at least one or two programming languages, because every programming language is somehow is similar. Okay, there will be some new features for each programming language, but the basics of each programming language is similar. Only some syntax will be different, or say syntax will be different. Some new features will be there in some programming languages, but if you are clear, or if you are good at two programming languages, you will be fine, no issues. In industry there is nothing like you should be knowing these much languages. Okay, in your freshers interview also no one will ask you about .NET and all the things. If you are mentioned it on your resume they will ask, but if you haven't mentioned it, then the interview for freshers will only focus on C programming and to the some extent of C++ programming. So that's it. So if you know something additional like Python and all the things, it's obviously good. But when I was in my masters or my bachelor's, I only knew C programming and C++ to some extent. So on that basis only I came into industry. So and eventually when you come to industry and start working, whatever language or whatever things your job role demands, you will learn while doing your job. And organizations provides all the infrastructure to you to learn those skills. So nothing, no issue in that. So just focus on the basics. That's it.
Yeah, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so I guess there are many questions here. Okay, so how do you face daily embedded projects in your company? So as I said, I work on X-ray machines. Okay, so it's not like you will do programming of microcontrollers every day. Okay, so industry or organizations doesn't work like that. Okay, so your job role is defined in such a way that uh, obviously you will do the things if you are in the embedded domain, like programming the microcontroller and all the things which you know about embedded systems. Okay, but apart from that there are many things which happens in organization, right from your talking to your people in your team and making the job done from them. So like from people management to your uh, flashing your microcontroller with your code, all the things happens in the company. So it's not like that you are doing only embedded things in the company. Okay, you will do if you are in that domain, but there are many things just like I mentioned. Okay, next question is from Priya. What improvement should we, I guess that's I covered it already. uh, okay. So the question from Aishwarya is that can you suggest us current real world industrial problems that we can solve and implement projects using microcontrollers? Okay. So the current industry is entirely or moving towards artificial intelligence. Okay. So and artificial intelligence, machine learning and IoT. Okay. So not only Philips, but 95 to 96% companies, big companies, what I'm saying, are moving towards or already reached in the field of artificial intelligence and machine learning. Okay, so if you want to do some projects for your last year, try to take a subject from artificial intelligence. Okay, uh, you will get more and more knowledge in that, because artificial intelligence, it's I rate artificial intelligence is a very beautiful thing. Okay, so it's very interesting. So I would suggest that for your projects you can choose a subject from artificial intelligence. Okay, and while using microcontrollers, there are microcontrollers apart from Arduino. Okay, and basically Arduino is not a microcontroller. Arduino is a board, and Atmega 328 is a microcontroller. So uh, that is the thing. So there are many things like Cortex M4, Cortex M0. There are many ARM microcontrollers available in market. So whichever is affordable to you, take that, and around that build your project. You will learn hell lot of things with that. Okay, and try to integrate or try to interface complex sensors. Don't interface LM35. Okay, okay, that will not help you. Okay, so go for complex sensors. Okay, so that I would suggest for artificial intelligence projects. Okay. Okay, so the next question is what is job security in core embedded systems? Okay, so it is very generic question basically, because there is nothing like any job is secure. Okay, first thing I want to clear. When your organization gets some big loss in market. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so when your organization gets loss in market, uh, there is a insecurity for your job. Okay, so irrespective of in your organization. Okay, so maybe some of you have heard that Twitter has fired 50% of its employees. Google has fired many employees. Okay, Intel also fired many employees. So nothing is the job security is a myth basically. Okay, so it has many dynamics of how your job is secure. So it depends on how the market is playing, okay, outside your organization, and how your organization is performing in that market. So it depends on that. Okay, the next question is how do you optimize code for embedded systems with limited processing power and memory? Okay, so like optimization of code and all the things is entirely depends on your knowledge of programming languages, your knowledge about microcontroller, and more importantly your knowledge about memory management. Okay, because microcontroller is a thing like it will not have a big set of memory. Okay, because if you have learned the memory about memory, the more memory you engage with any microcontroller, your application or your you will face some difficulties moving forward. Okay, so the art of embedded system is in that only with minimal memory for your code, you need to run your application. Okay, so it entirely depends on your skill set and your knowledge about programming language and microcontrollers and memory management of the microcontrollers. Okay, and it will get developed once you practice it. Okay, it will not get done in your first attempt. Once you start developing your codes slowly, by failing in that, you will learn how to optimize the code in your own way. Okay, so there are some things like if I want to give a simplest example, like uh, if you have multiple conditions, and if you are using if loop, it obviously will increase the memory or size of the code. Okay, so just like that, there are some things which are rules or which are directions for any programming language which you can follow. But beyond that, just like I said, it's your knowledge and it's your skill set to do that. Okay. Next question is what basic softwares and hardware components do we need to learn to get into embedded systems career? Okay, so the softwares is like one thing is the programming languages which I covered earlier. That's basic C programming and C++ programming. If you know, it's fine. Software, if you say like the softwares which are open source basically, which we use for our projects, those are very rarely used in the industry. Okay, so like there are some softwares which gets used, like if you heard about Visual Studio. Okay, that gets used in the industry. MATLAB gets used. Okay, so or if you have heard about uh, Azure DevOps. I don't think you would have learned you have heard that, but there are some software platforms like that which gets used in the industry, but these 2 3 things are important if you are if you want to go into software domain like programming and all. So the Visual Studio, then this MATLAB, these softwares are like important softwares. If you know them, you will get like good opportunities. That's what currently I remember, these two softwares which I faced issues during my interviews because I didn't knew MATLAB that much at that time. So that that experience is very fit in my mind. That's why. Okay. And upon the hardware parts, so there are n number of microcontrollers, okay, in the market. Okay, so obviously you cannot use all of them in your academics. Okay, that is the obvious thing, but try to explore whatever microcontrollers are possible for you. Okay, Atmega 328 is a one thing, means Arduino board is a one thing. You can explore Raspberry Pi. Okay, there are some controllers from Cortex M0. That name of the board is Nuvoton board. Okay, so that you can use. So these are some examples. Nuvoton board is a very beautiful board because it has you can use CAN protocol directly on the board. You need not uh, interface the CAN externally. It has inbuilt CAN protocol. Okay, so that is on the part of microcontrollers. Use sensors, complex sensors. I would suggest, just like I said, don't use some easy sensors like LM34 or ultrasonic sensors and all the things. There are many much complex sensors like soil sensor, means soil dampness sensor. Then there are many examples for the sensors. Okay, there is accelerometer, gyrometer, magnetometer. Okay, GPS and all the things. Okay, GSM. Okay, so these are very high level things, so you can use those things in your projects, and it will help you in understanding integration and interfacing of software sensors with microcontroller. Okay, that will help you. Then what is the next question here? Okay, how is KIT college placements, highest package at your time? Okay, so just like as I said, at my time there was COVID. Okay, so there were very few people from my batch who got placed. Okay, because there was very low number of campus interviews happened due to COVID. So I remember I had a batch of 80 people in VIT. Out of 80, 10 or 15 got converted into their internships, and other all 65 people were searching for jobs. Okay, so but I can give you tentative things which I heard from my seniors. So it's like, what we can say, 40 lakhs is also package for in VIT, because when I was in VIT, one of my senior got 45 or 50 lakhs package from Facebook at that time. Okay, but but don't get driven by these numbers, because there will be one person in your batch who will get this package. Other people will get package from 8 lakhs to 12 lakhs, 13 lakhs, or even below 8 lakhs. Okay, so just don't go by the numbers. Okay, okay, because there is no need for me to tell you numbers. If you go to any colleges for your admissions, colleges will tell you the numbers better than me. Okay, so don't just get driven by it. Next question is, how do you stay up to date with new developments in the embedded system industry? Okay, you have to read the technical articles, technical journals. You will get a lot of things on LinkedIn. If you follow the different technical pages, the companies, so you will be up to date in your life with news about different organizations. Okay, that's the only thing you need to do. You will be fine with that. Okay. Next question is, can you tell us about your experience working on a project from concept to production. Okay, so currently right now only I am working on one project which we started from a concept level. So uh, the process is like, once a concept gets finalized, there are many people who gets involved slowly. Okay, so from concept you need to understand first that what are the market requirements for that concept. So like, do the market really need that new development or new innovation in their products? Okay, so if answer is yes, then you need to understand what is the customer requirements, then you need to convert that customer requirements in your language. Okay, so that your developers and all the people can develop that thing efficiently. And once it gets developed, it gets integrated by system integrators like me or software integrators. Okay, and once the software or product gets ready, it gets tested thoroughly by testing team. And after testing it, there are other things like releasing it into market, then monitoring it into the market, how your product is performing, and getting feedback from market, and plan the next upgrade according to the market feedback. So this is a broad or rough end-to-end process about any product from concept to its actual implementation. Okay, then next question is, sir, any specific courses which you will suggest related to electronics which you did or are upcoming? Okay, so I haven't did any courses in electronics as such, but I had done some courses for Python, Java. Okay, then I have done some courses for communication protocols. Then so such projects, such courses I did during my masters. Or one, I guess one course I did for image processing also during my masters. So courses, it's up to you in which domain you want to get knowledge. As per that you can search for the courses. And okay, so the next question was experience of working on project from concept to production. So basically, it is like recently we are working on one project. So once you get the concept, you need to understand if the market really wants that concept in the product as a upgrade. Okay, so if industry wants if the market wants it, then you need to understand what are the requirements of the customer. Once you understand it, you need to convert those requirements into your engineering requirements, which your developer will understand while developing the softwares. Okay, and once it is developed, it gets integrated from by the system integrators like me or software integrators, and then it goes to testing team for testing it, and then it gets released into the market. Okay, or gets assembled in factory, and that product goes to the market. Okay, so that's the rough flow of any project in any organization. Okay, so next question is about the online courses. So about that, I didn't did any electronics related projects, but I did some projects, courses related to programming languages like C, C++, Python, and Java. So if you want to get knowledge, or if you want to do some course from some other source, then you can, there's a n number of course on Udemy and Coursera. And there is a one more good course about image processing and machine learning also, so you can go for that. Okay, the next question is about I'm audible, right? No.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, next question is about the as an industrial person, what do you think about chat GPT? Do you think it has ability to replace humans in embedded domain? Okay, so what my thoughts are like, any technology, if you are getting driven by it above some limit, then obviously it will overpower humans. Okay, so while developing anything and while using any technology, you should be aware that you should be in the commanding position. Okay, the technology should not get heavy on you. You should be in commanding position. If that happens, then these things will not replace humans, okay, in any industry. Okay, so that's my point of view of thinking. Next question is about how to crack the
Okay,
interviews.
sir, I would like to interrupt you, sir. We are running out
Okay.
of time, so we have two more interesting questions from our attendees that we have received
Okay.
in our Google form.
Okay.
Sir, the first question is, what does embedded system has to offer in defense systems?
Okay. So the what we can say, like for example, the softwares which gets developed to for example, let's say to detect some enemies missiles and all the things. Okay, the attack on your own country. So such things are there. Then for the one more thing is, you may have heard that there are some missiles which gets automatically go towards the its destination. So it's the embedded systems, or defense provides a number of instruments or devices to their intelligent officers. You might have seen the like some in some movies. So it's basically not that much, but it's in reality, to not to that extent, but defense do provide such instruments to their intelligence officers. So such all these things are basically embedded systems. So yeah, so in defense also, it's there.
Yes, sir. So one more question that we have received is, uh, as a as in there is an entrepreneurship view in India, what does embedded system has to offer when one has a good in-depth knowledge into embedded and IoT systems?
Okay, so if you have the good knowledge of embedded systems and like IoT you just mentioned, so that means you are strong in your core. Okay, you are strong at your basics, and you know the things technically also. So in that case, if you have the skills like leadership, courage, and you know, if you know the market well, if you have those skills of entrepreneurship, then obviously there is a no stopping for you. You can go ahead. You have the your own way. No issues in that. But in that case, if you have the technical things perfect, then you will not be needing any person dependent on to know the technical things. You know the things, so you will not get no one can fool you in technical aspects. So it becomes an advantage if you know the things in technically.
Okay, sir. Okay, so now over to you, our anchor Ankita.
Hello. I would like to say thank you, Mr. Ajinkya Sir. You done it such a great job in embedded system. I specially mention this because both special qualities of hardware and software designed for a specific function inspired us a lot, and you done that very well. Congratulations, sir, and thank you so much for coming to interact with us. You are such an inspiring personality for us. Please feel free to come again anytime. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. So, lastly, come to the concluding part of that amazing guest lecture. Thank you all who present for today's guest lecture. I hope this session gives you motivation and related information towards your success. I hope it will be workful for all of us. Thank you. Have a great time. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Sir. And our attendees, you can reach out to our guest. He has mentioned his contact number and email ID in the chat box. And we will also share his LinkedIn profile on our WhatsApp group. Thank you, sir,
Thank
for
you.
this guest session. And it was amazing knowing all the secrets that you have mentioned. and the process and the journey which you shared with us. Thank you, attendees, for attending our today's session. Now you can leave the meet.